Alright, let's check the audio, make sure I am loud and clear, or coming through loud and clear, I should say. It's one of these cards I thought was flipped over now. Make sure I'm coming through as needed. Okay. And I am. Alright. Hello, everyone. I know. This was delayed. Bad traffic today. It seems like everyone was out, which I'm not mad at. Today was pretty nice after all this rain and stuff we've been getting. So that's been appreciative. And then I also had to stop and give me something to eat before I came on. So I hope you all are enjoying your happy Saturday, because I have been enjoying mine so far, and I'm going to make it even better. I'm going to finish it out with a good bang by doing this reading for you all and by watching a little bit of TV. So if you keep hearing jingling, I might take this bracelet off because that might get annoying after a while, won't it? I probably need to take this bracelet off. I just thought about that as I was talking, and I don't know if it'll come through loud and clear on you all's end. I'm assuming so because my mic is pretty decent. Oh crap. And I got it off though. Did I break it? I don't know. I think I just broke my bracelet trying to take it off. Well, it's off. But with all of that being said, we are here. I had this scheduled early this week. When, it first came out about Elon Musk having a black eye, and people was wondering what was going on with that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll be doing a reading on his black eye, because it seems like this is coming up around the same time I was getting notifications about, apparently there was some discussions going on about Bezos and his girlfriend, and so people was kind of wondering if the rumors around that was true, or if there was something going on with the wedding, or if people even is wanting to know about that. But then come in the slew of everything, when did this blow up? Was that Friday? Trump and Elon fell out with each other. So we're more than likely going to be focusing on that, because there's something that happened later in the week. But again, as I said, I had this reading scheduled way earlier in the week, before this whole thing came out. So just let you know, my intuition is just kind of like, yeah, you were probably going to have to do this today because something else was coming down the pipeline. So I'm not mad at that. So more than likely, we probably won't be focusing too much on the upcoming nuptials of Bezos and his girlfriend. We'll probably be looking more so into Trump and Elon Musk. I will be changing the thumbnail and everything afterwards. If you all want, let me know down in the chat. I will be more than happy to do a reading on Bezos, or if you have questions about his upcoming nuptials, because I know I have questions. But outside of that, again, we're going to be looking into this whole Trump and Elon Musk blow up. So I think we're first things first. First things first. Let's start off with Bezos' upcoming nuptials and kind of like what he is seeing and thinking about this, because it kind of feels like, this band of misfits between Trump and Elon and Bezos, they've kind of been, they kind of said they have this like, I don't want to say it's a brotherhood, because a brotherhood to me implies that you all have each other's best interests at heart and is looking out for each other and, are close friends. And I don't feel that these three have that. It's just business at the end of the day. So I do wonder what Bezos thinks about this, and if he's watching his back with Trump. Because he already pulled his card like Trump seems to have done with Elon. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna be coming up, because I do remember Trump and Bezos had a little of a rift when the tariffs first came in, and you know, the whole Amazon was putting notices on some of the products to show like, hey, under Trump's tariffs, this is how much it is, but this is how much it was before. And Trump didn't like that narrative. So again, we'll do a quick peek at this, and then I'm going to dive into the juicy bits about Elon and Trump because I want to see what's going to come up with that. So without further ado, let me first give an issue 2 disclaimers. 1, the first disclaimer is all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Because I am an intuitive reader, think of me as a spiritual translator. There are certain messages and things like that that I'm going to pick up on, and I'm going to try to provide them to you in the best way that I can possibly explain in that moment. Sometimes I get fast, quick downloads, and I'm trying to get it all out at once, and sometimes it's jumbled. Sometimes I'm mistranslating things or misconstruing something. But again, I try my hardest to provide you the information that I am picking up on and receiving. However, housekeeping number 2, because I am an intuitive reader and there is sometimes certain things that I may misconstrue or misinterpret, I always encourage you to exercise your power of discernment, not just here in my readings, but in everything that you do. Exercise that power of discernment. If something resonates, great. If it doesn't, leave it on the table. I might be butchering it or splitting hairs on it or whatever the case may be. Just take it for what it is. Just use my readings as confirmations or things to kind of like be on the lookout for, but not as something to kind of like map your whole life around. I don't want you to do that. Exercise your power of discernment. And certain things that I will be saying or that I will say is influenced by my own biases because I am still human. So with that all being said and out the way, one last little shuffle because I just felt it was needed. Let's get into this reading. I need to look back and see what is his girlfriend's name because I forgot her name already. Yes. Hey, these are the cards I wanted to come out. And let me just add this little timestamp. This is going to be one with timestamps here. Ooh, let's see. Let me add this. Sorry, you all are going to hear my bad typing. Okay. Do you know what I'm typing right now? For those of you that are just coming in, I am simply trying to add the timestamps now so I don't forget to add them afterwards. So it'll be a little butchered, but this is what we have so far for Jeff Bezos and Laura Sanchez's upcoming wedding nuptials. Sorry, my light is kind of like butchering that right now. It's kind of like messing it up. But anyways, I'm going to read them to you. So first things first, we do have the King of Coins in reverse. It's not hard to see Bezos as the King of Coins, is it? I think it's pretty clear that this is him. I usually don't like to just say, yep, if you see a court card, yes, if it's the male or female, assign it to that gender specific person in the reading, because sometimes you have female figures that appear as masculine energy, and sometimes you have male figures that appear with feminine energy. It all just depends. But to me, I feel like this is just him with the King of Coins for sure. I don't know what his sign is, if he's an earth sign or anything, but I feel like this is him for sure. And usually the King of Coins is usually somebody who is very forward thinking and somebody who is thinking about the future. There's someone who is thinking about their fortune. Somebody, unfortunately, who is in the reverse is somebody who is very materialistic, is thinking somewhat selfishly here. And then we also have the Emperor coming up in reverse. I don't think this is him, even though they're both coming up in reverse. I feel like that is another party. I'm gonna pull more cards on that to get clarity for sure, but I feel like this is dealing with another party. These cards are looking a little foreboding for upcoming nuptials. 5 of Swords here. So the Five of Swords is usually something dealing with something hard to kind of like get over. I think of rivalry, infighting, fighting with oneself. I don't know why butcher is kind of the word, but kind of like lost in translation maybe is like the other word that I can think of that's better instead of butchering sentence, more like a mistranslation. And then we also have the Ace of Cups here in reverse. Why does this feel like a marriage of convenience? And that's weird. I mean, with people of money and power, it isn't weird. It's just oftentimes how they think. When it comes to marriage, marriage is just like another asset. It's another like business deal. But to me, this is really feels like, why even get married at all? Like, what's the point of him even getting married at all? Like, you have all the money in the world. You are playing at a different standard than everyone else. I'm not sure. And you were already married once, and allegedly, the rumor is that you cheated on your first wife with the one that you're getting married to right now. So then we have Queen of Cups as the underlying energy. Again, I don't know what her zodiac sign is. Queen of Cups is usually somebody who's like a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but that could be her. And then we have the Three of Coins here. Okay, that's interesting. The Three of Coins is coming up, and the Three of Wands is the underlying energy. You know something that's coming up for me? And I don't know if this is true because I feel like the people have been talking about it, but it almost seems like they're trying to really downplay the wedding, maybe not have it so much over the top, or they're gonna, or like it's gonna be one of those things like, I don't know. You see this chandelier, it looks like a normal chandelier you could get at, I don't freaking know, at your regular furniture store, Bob Furniture Store, but the price tag on it is actually like $800,000. It's gonna be like really simplistic items, but they're gonna be having high price tags. Like they're gonna very much try to make it look like it's a wedding that normal people can have because of the climate that we're in. I wonder if that's something that's playing into this. Like they're trying to downplay it a little bit. Look at the other underlying card here. Judgment in reverse. It's a little it's a little unnerving to me that all of these are coming up in reverse though. The Queen of Cups, the Three of Coins, the Three of Wands. Who is not collaborating or making this easy? Is it because of outside influences? Okay, I want some more clarity on this King of Coins and this Pope card here. Well, mainly the Pope card. You know what else I just thought of? I just thought about it. The Pope is the Hierophant, which is aka the, think about man in robes. So it could be judges and things like that. The other thing I also thought of with Hierophant could be the actual priest or the officiant of the wedding, maybe, that's also coming up here. Why is that coming up in reverse? I started getting that as I was shuffling. And then look at this other card that come out. I gotta point something out. I'm sorry. Do this or do that not look like Leonardo DiCaprio to anybody else? A little bit? Do that not favor them a little bit? But the Lover's card did come up in reverse, and I was shuffling for the Hierophant. What also comes up is the Nine of Coins in reverse. The Three of Coins comes out again, and the Two of Coins. Hold on. What is all this stuff about money with them? Usually the Nine of Coins to me is independence, and usually is feminine independence. The Two of Coins is usually, you know, some kind of financial choice that you're making here. Should I invest in stock, or should I just go ahead and pull out another IRA account? Like, should I invest in bonds? Should I invest in silver or gold? Like, it's those kind of things. A tough decision about what kind of financial decision you should make. Also, the other thing that's coming up for me too with the Two of Coins in this specific deck in the Renaissance Tarot, this is somebody, if I remember correctly, they were playing as someone who was in poverty or poor. And remember what I was saying earlier, it feels like almost like they're going to downplay a lot of the stuff that's going on with the wedding. Like, oh, this is like a really simple wedding dress. Like, you could have got it at Forever 21 or David's Bridal, but it actually comes with, like, I don't know, a half $500,000 price tag or something. Like, it feels like a downplaying of the wealth or something, maybe. Probably because some people seem to be in this, like, eat the rich mentality right now. Like, you're getting married right now in this time period, this time frame where a lot of people are struggling, and you're spending all this money on a wedding. Like, oh, they're going to be spending money for sure for protection. I don't know why they would have to be worried about that anyway. Okay, the Queen of Cups is still coming up in reverse underneath here. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. What is it? What is this fortune? What is the concern here? And the Two of Swords. Also, this is something coming back from the ex-wife. Because in the story in this particular deck of the Two of Swords and the Renaissance Tarot was this guy who was like being haunted by the ghost of his ex-wife who passed away. Okay, let's see what else we're going to get here. Let's see what else is coming up. This is... Okay, we have two cards I want to take. Communicate and memory. Communicate and memory. Not speaking of something from the past. Ooh, that landed right on my lap. Y'all see what that is? That landed right on my lap. And I'm only going to say this because I find it very hard to believe that she's not ready to lock him down. Is he not ready to jump into another marriage? Is something going to happen around this wedding that's going to push it back or something, or delay it? I'm not going to say stop it altogether, but maybe delay it, push it back. I don't want to put that on somebody because this is supposed to be a happy occasion, but something around this wedding just don't feel right. The milk is a little sour. Oh, and then play. Ace of Cups and play. Somebody's still ready to run around in the streets. Allegedly. So it could be something else. It could be alluding to something else. But I just find that hard to believe. With this freedom card here, it's feeling like a little more than that. Death, something coming to an ending, not being completed. Like something gets called off halfway. It's gonna be like a storm. Maybe that'll be it. Like, you know, a storm or something. Again, I don't want to rain on nobody's parade because it's supposed to be a happy moment. Look, create is the underlying energies. We also have care and grow. Okay, I need to think on this for a minute and see if I'm going to get some kind of intuitive hit. Because some of this is not making sense. Sorry, you all. You're hearing all this stuff fall on my desk. The Five of Swords and the Freedom is coming through clear. Somebody feeling pressured into something that maybe they're not quite ready to do. The Ace of Cups and the Play. I don't know if this is like, I still want to go. I kind of just get play the field. I still kind of want to maneuver around. I want to see the other options. Something about this also feel like it's very much for some kind of convenience. The King of Coins, communicate in memory. What is something from, because again, I believe like this King of Coins is Jeff Bezos. This just makes me feel like, what is something he recalls or he is remembering right now that he, or maybe he's failing to remember to communicate here. That's going to be the issue. The Death, the Lover, and the Hierophant, aka the Pope, is not reading very well to me either. I feel like there's going to be some kind of delay with this or something. Okay, let's see what's coming up. Sorry, this is not coming through as clear, but okay. So I'm gonna come back, and we'll do no more than 2 more cards, period, or anything else that is coming up about these 2 upcoming nuptials. Okay, I've seen a couple things flip over in the deck. I just want to note them. The Astronomer, Discovery, and Augury. And then we also have the Sailor dealing with new influences and wanderlust. That sounds like cold feet to me. But what we actually get falling out here is the Alchemist dealing with balance, invention, and destruction. We also have the Hound, loyalty, chains, and promises. Somebody is not loyal. Somebody is not ready to be chained down. Somebody is not ready to make the ultimate commitment or promise in this situation. We also have the Musician dealing with inspiration and gratitude. They also play Ace of Cups, the Musician. Someone itching to kind of like create something, get back to work on something. Because we do have the balance, invention, destruction here. Is it something from business that's kind of like coloring the personal? Underlying energies. We have the Air dealing with unseen potential, hesitation. We have the Chiromancer dealing with delivering news, collaborating, and we also have the Tailor, attention to detail, pride. I don't know. I would say 2 things is coming through kind of like heavy for me. There's some kind of outside influence to this. I'm not sure exactly what the outside influence the cards are trying to allude to in this, trying to tell me, but I feel like there's some kind of outside influence to this. I really want to say a lot of this is dealing with like what's been going on politically and everything right now. But yes, and I feel like there's another thing here about this wedding is probably going to be delayed or something like that. And or there's something here about like downplaying the wealth of it of the events, because we know we're very much dealing with like a multi-billionaire. I'm pretty sure he's a multi-billionaire now, yes. But I'm gonna grab these cards and we're gonna see what's coming up with Elon and Trump. Because again, I had this scheduled way earlier in the week and didn't realize that all of this is going to be falling out. So and I will be changing the thumbnail afterwards. So let's get into the real juicy bit of this, because yeah. So this is funny that this was one of the cards that like really popped out to me as I was shuffling. Notice what else is coming up here. Death. We have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands, that Queen of Cups again. Wheel of Fortune and Tower, as I'm splitting these to shuffle. Oh god, not funny, but it's funny. Let's see here. Sorry, that was not counted. I mean that. Oh, both of them are getting two. So sorry, I just blew somebody's ears out. I'm sorry if I did. Okay. Elon's energy here. We have Missionary of Coins. You started messing with my money. You messing with my money, you messing with my inventions, you messing with my potential to get things done. We have a freaking problem. You're halting my, notice back here we have like the steam factories and stuff going on here. You're slowing up and halting my progress for my inventions, my enterprise is the word. And then we also have the Ace of Swords here. Notice he got a quill, he got a pen. He typing up a storm, okay? So I find that funny that those are coming up here. And I think Trump need to be careful because, you know, it's nothing like, and he should know this, there's nothing like a big baby scorned, okay? The ego is bruised, and that's one of the worst things you can do. I do think Elon is going to face probably some setbacks. How long that's going to be going on, who knows? But we do have this Ace of Swords here. But I think he does need to shut his trap a little bit and kind of move in silence, maybe, with the Ace of Swords. Now we go to Trump here. Notice we have the Judgment card. We have the Judgment card, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Jumping ship, needing rescue, needing saving, running away from a bad situation, things kind of not appearing as they need to. You need to run away to fight the war so you can stand another day, okay? And then between them, good old, this should be Daddy Warbucks, okay? Wheel of Fortune. This is like a gamble. I think the gamble paid off for him in this point right now because the Wheel of Fortune is facing him. But this, notice the Eight of Wands is kind of like, I'm going towards the money, the missionary, the coins. It just feels like, yes, this is a lot about money. The fortunes turned. Anybody ever seen Animaniacs? Wheel of Fortune, turn, turn, turn. I forget how it go. That's so old. But that's kind of like what this is giving me. And then we have, ooh, look at that underlying card. We have Justice in reverse. Notice we the people. We also have Eight of Coins. There is going to be some work here. I'm just going to put the pin in it, and this is all alleged. Is there something changing with the Constitution? Is there going to be something changing with I do know Elon threatened to make another party, and I know that can be something. I don't know if that's in the Constitution, but I wonder if there's going to be some energy behind that because of what's been recently going on. And then we also have the Four of Coins. Who's going into hiding? Who's going to be backing down from something for a little bit? Why do I feel like Elon is up to something really sneaky? Why do I feel like he's up to something really sneaky? Okay, let's get some more clarity. What is Ace of Swords? What is this? What is this? He's on the defensive. You know what they say about Scorpios? Y'all know what they say about Scorpios, and if you don't know, beware of the sting. It's not always the largest one, the most scariest looking one. Sometimes it's usually that small scorpion that packed the big punch, that has the real sting here. And Scorpios do not mind taking their time to get somebody back. They will wait in the nest before they get your ass. Okay? What's coming up for Donald? Cunning. Do he think he outsmarted him and is not quite over yet? He has cunning. I do think he played Elon pretty well, but was it smart to do that? Essentially, it's the question. Okay, sticking out to the side. So for the second couple tonight, we have the Death card. Okay, the second time something has ended, something has changed, something is transformed here. So both of the couples that we have been doing a reading on tonight both get the Death card. Isn't that interesting? Then we get family as the underlying card. Is he coming after? Are they gonna be throwing mud at each other's family? We have consume and then grow. Ouch. I hope this isn't true, but this kind of feels like everyone else is in the middle of this, and we're all gonna get burned and up about what's going on here, raised to the ground before things start to overturn here. Oh, sorry, these, I'm not meaning to keep these. That's underlying energies. Hi, honey. Okay, this one definitely wants to come out. We have the air, unseen potential, hesitation. Okay, who's hesitating to pull the trigger here? Okay, this wants to come out too. What is this? Ooh, the puppeteer, explanations and apologies. What is that? This isn't he supposed to? Isn't it something coming up about a No King's Day? I haven't really been paying attention. I don't know if this rumor is true that Donald Trump is trying to host a parade for his birthday, but we do have the king here. Control, reversal of fortune, wheel of fortune. Yeah. I don't know if this song is really relevant because it just feels too on the nose. And I don't even remember who made the song. It's some rock song called Hail to the King that's kind of like playing in my mind. But I don't know if that really has anything to do with this. But I'm going to just put that pin in it because sometimes I get those things and I just ignore it because I think it's too on the nose. But sometimes things are just too on the nose. Then we have, for the underlying energies, catch this, we have the Runaway, which says secrets running from problems. Then we have the Champion, which is achievements and downfall. And then lastly, we have the Captain, taking command, teamwork. I think that's funny. That's coming up. Okay. Last thing. What's coming up in the future? The Donald Trump. What's coming up in the future? No, we don't want the whole book. Just want to know what's coming up in the future. We have the Strength card. Oop, that King of Coins. Who was the King of Coins earlier in this reading? One more. Let's see. Oh, I got two cards, so I'm going to read them. We have Death is all over this. We have Death, and then we have the Pioneer of Coins. This feels like little bank takes big bank going on here. Somebody is doing, yeah, I think somebody is going to come, has the power and the strength behind them. They're going to mess up somebody's fortune here with the Pioneer of Coins. It's going to be the end of it. And then somebody is going away. Somebody is going to have to run off in shame. The Nine of Wands. The Temperance. Ooh. In reverse. And the Five of Wands in reverse. Somebody is going to meet some... Oh, and the Six of Wands. Look at what's on here on the Six of Wands. Somebody about to be resting for sure, for sure. Somebody about to be kicked out of this. That's a little scary. So, a lot of this did not come through very clear. But what did come through clear, let's see what happens. Let's see what's going to come up. Because this is pretty interesting that this is all coming out in this manner. And that this is playing out in this manner all in front of us. I know a lot of people have been predicting. I know even people who don't even tell fortunes was like, it's only a matter of time before these two big egos kind of get combative and fall out with one another. I think a lot of people was thinking it was probably going to take longer than this. I think a lot of people were assuming it was going to take place after, after Trump's 4 years, but it happened a lot faster than that. And I think it's just going to be a nasty custody battle now following. This death card appearing here for Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Future fallout. Let's see. We do have the Scholar, investigation, research. We also have the hunter, sure-footedness, predestination. Well, let's see what's really meant to come out here. Okay. We have the archer, biding your time, planning ahead. Is Elon Musk appearing as the king of coins in this situation? Is there going to be some kind of like, I hate to use this word right now, but is there some kind of coup he's kind of planning to get back at Donald Trump? Like, little do he know it.
Okay, that's all right.
Oh, okay. So I had a couple things pop out here. So in regards to the pioneer of coins, I was trying to get more information. So we have the witch, experimentation, rebellion. We have the walker, the unknown, a journey. And then we also have the storyteller, viewpoints and control. Somebody's trying to control the narrative and the viewpoints of what's going on, which doesn't surprise me. And this also, again, this could allude to either one of them, because Donald Trump has very much controlled the narrative around certain things that he wants and people believe him. And then there's also Elon Musk, who owns a whole social media app, page, whatever you want to call it, and can very much control the narrative on there. As you can see, with a lot of people running off to say, oh, well, we knew that Elon, that he was, you know, in the Epstein files, but you decide to still move forward with him. It's not the flex you think it is. So I think there's something here. I think right now, both of them are going to come out of this looking ugly, but somebody is definitely going to emerge victorious at the end of it, it seems like. I want to say it's Elon, but I don't know if that's because of my own bias. And it's not that I'm like really rooting for Elon in the sense of like, oh, I really like him and I'm an Elon bro, because that's not it. I think he is a troubled child. I think the one thing I do want to see come out of this situation is that America does finally break away from the two-party system, because I think that is something we have been long overdue for. But I don't know, do we want it at the hands of Elon? Who knows? You know what? Yeah, let's see if let's pull cards on that one. Let's see if the third party system thing is going to be, if that's going to be his ultimate payback, and is that going to actually happen? Might as well. Let's see. Let me put that timestamp here as well, because again, I don't want to be let's see if that's really going to be a thing. And then I'm seriously going to wrap it after this, because I don't want this to be extremely long. But this was supposed to be a mixed video here. Okay, let's note these here. We do, that Pioneer Swords. He gonna come up as a sword. A Missionary of Swords, Queen of Cups. Why is this Queen of Cups steady coming up? Who is she? I don't know her. We also have the Eight of Coins again here, and the Four of Coins. Right now it feels like he's kind of like biding his time and licking his wounds. Let's see what's really supposed to stick here for. No, we're not counting these either. Okay, Spirit. Okay, let's focus. Okay. Okay, so I guess these two are definitely supposed to be here. is the Queen of Cups coming up here because of sentiment? I don't. That's like the big word that's coming up for me in this sentiment, American sentiment. The Queen of Cups, the Eight of Coins, and the Four of Wands. Is it gonna be a bad start to this? Something is not gonna go out right. Is he gonna have to like put this behind somebody else because people aren't gonna listen to him? Because the Four of Wands is usually dealing with home. It's dealing with home. It's dealing with personal matters. I also kind of get like that lack of push, that of getting it over the hump kind of energy here with the Four of Wands, especially with it coming up in reverse. So this kind of makes me feel like there's some kind of struggle there with kind of like really getting it lifted off the ground. So I'm not gonna pull some more cards on that. The Eight of Coins, again, that usually to me brings about like, you've put in the work, you're going to reap the benefits of what you've sown. You're going to get that congratulations. You're pulling something over the finish line and you are enjoying that moment. The Queen of Cups, when I seen that came out, I just thought sentiment. And I wonder if this is like American sentiment. So I wonder if he just doesn't have the, like, I think there is some people who will buy into the whole third party system like myself. I'm going to just be honest. I will be someone who will buy into this happening and wanting it to go through for America. But I'm also not sure how, I'm also being real, not idealistic on the fact that some people are going to really struggle with America having like a third party system, or kind of getting behind Elon Musk being the one to create a third party system, seeing how he was, a tool utilized to make it happen, to why we got to this point in the first place. I think some people are going to have a hard time like reconciling that, maybe. So it may not be him. Maybe the seeds are going to be planted. Maybe another big donor, or maybe, Elon Musk is going to fund someone else to kind of be the leader and the spearhead it, because it's going to be trouble with him doing it, at least looking at these tarot cards. But let's see if I'm wrong. Look, keys is wanting to come out. Okay, couple things here. So I had these two. This one was sliding out towards the bottom, and this one was popped out and landed. So we do have play and transform. I think it's going to be a minute. But again, we're talking about Elon Musk, the same person who bided their time to acquire Tesla, the same person who bided their time to do the PayPal thing, the same person who didn't mind biding their time for the whole election, the same person who didn't mind biding their time to buy Twitter. He obviously, time is not a big deal to him. He feels like he's very young and vivacious and he's going to make it happen. So here we are. You know what? I probably need to change this mini display because I am going to change I just thought about that after all this time, because I am going to change the thumbnail. Memory. Again, intuitively, it just feels like people are going to have a hard time getting behind Elon Musk being the one to spearhead a third party in America because of the damage he has caused. And people not seeing him as maybe the most trustworthy person. It's kind of what I want to say. Or not even trustworthy, just I'm going to say trustworthy. They see him as the most capable, but not the most trustworthy person to kind of be this spokesperson, the spokesperson, the front person for this endeavor. Now let's get into this Queen of Cups. Why is this Queen of Cups appearing here for the third party, the potential third party in America? that Elon Musk wants to create. Why? Who and what is here? Okay. Again, falling in my left. Death. Death. Underlying card again, consume. Family. Wisdom. Let me keep that to the side just to keep in mind. What is the additional energies here we're getting? Rediscovery, transition here. Yeah, this seems like let's go back to the drawing board on something. Okay, this is steady sticking out. Responsibility and expectations. Notice it's a volcano there. Like we just think it's going to end in tragedy and horribleness and pain of death. And then we also have the champion, achievement and downfall here. The underlying energies I'm getting is a forgotten missed opportunities, fear of failure. Oh, is that what's going to keep it from launching off the ground? People already seeing it's going to fail out the gate. The patron, mentorship, and finances. Like, yeah, it seems like the energy, the want, the desire there, the finances are there, but people, it's like a lack of drive again. It's like their lack of push. Essentially, it kind of feels like this. The energy I'm getting is kind of like an Aries. Yeah, we're starting strong, we're going, but it doesn't ever get completed. It doesn't finish. Aries are good at starting stuff. You know, that's why it's the first in the astrology to, you know, push you over the edge. Very childlike energy, very explorative, very curious, you know, get out there, start it, but maybe won't finish it. Or it'll be years before they do. And then we also have the warrior, perfectionism and burnout. Look at what comes up afterward, comes up at the end here. It's giving Aries energy. Like, I feel like it's going to be a very promising endeavor. It's probably going to start out very nice, noteworthy, and shiny. People are going to talk about it. But something here makes it feel like it's going to have some kind of trouble actually getting lifted off the ground. At least under him. And I keep saying that because that kind of just feels like the sentiment. Like, it's just going to have a hard time getting lifted off the ground because of him. Like, maybe you should just be an angel investor. I know hearing angel investor with Elon Musk is scary, but it just kind of feels like maybe he should just be the angel investor of the issue and let somebody else be the spearhead of it. But that's if he can get anybody to trust him enough to do it outside of just utilizing his anger, his energy of being scorned, of being hurt, in order to do it, and being like, hey, are you not going to use this to try to push some kind of like agenda that you have? Like, you'll be no better than the person that we're already kind of side-eyeing. Not kind of, we are side-eyeing, utilizing his position of power, the greatest position of power here in America, for his own personal endeavors. Like, yeah. So that's my reading on Weddings, Black Eyes, and Spies. It was the original title of this. I may change it. Yeah, again, that's what I'm getting. It doesn't look, just recapping here, it just looks a little nervy for, you know, Elon Musk is, oh my God, for Jeff Bezos' upcoming nuptials with his fiance, Miss Sanchez. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll be watching. I don't know if anybody else will, but I'll be watching to see what's coming out of that. To try to understand what was some of the cards that I picked up on, because that was just like all over the place to me. I'm not sure what that was. As far as the Trump and Elon Musk fallout, we all pretty much seen that coming. If you didn't, where are you? Like, what space dimension are you in right now? Because I probably need to join you, because this one is a little weird. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us seen that coming. So no surprises there that it's just a lot of ego. There is going to be somebody who is going to be a loser in the situation. You know, there's a winner and a loser, has to be. And not that it has to be, but in this situation it's going to be. So I'm not surprised by that. And then lastly, I don't see Elon Musk being able to come through or deliver on his promise of having a third party, at least not as quickly as people may want. I think there's a lot of other things that's going to be hoops that's going to have an issue with it jumping, you know, kind of like getting off the starting line. I feel like, or getting to the finish line. I think getting to the starting line is going to be easier than most people would probably think. I think people are going to see a lot of appeal to that, but just something feels like it's going to have a hard time kind of just getting over that last hump of the roller coaster there. So yeah, that's my reading, my political reading for this week. Let me know what you all think about this whole fallout in the comments. Let me know what's your little tidbit, what's your conspiracy, what do you think is going to happen? What are you most excited about with this whole fallout? What are you most nervous about with this fallout? Let me know down in the comment section below. We can definitely discuss. I will hold your hand as we go. With all of that being said, thank you all so much for joining me for this reading. If you like this reading, you would like to see more like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up and that you subscribe, hitting the notification bell, making sure to select it to all so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, I wish you all a great day, evening, or night, wherever you are. May you be regulated as much as possible at this time. Try to find something that brings you joy at this time. And I will see you in the next video.